Today we're here for the greatest free agency class in NBA history. I've made every player in the league a free agent. As you can see, you've got all the premier stars of the league, but you've also got the role players. What this means is we will see a ton of rosters shake up across the NBA. So without any more talking, let's see where these players go. Joel Embiid went to the Atlanta Hawks. Jokic went to the Heat. Giannis to the Rockets. Luka to the Blazers. Shea to the Bucks. Curry to the Cavs. Bron to the Celtics. This is absolute insanity. AD is the first player I've seen that returned to his team. Oh, Dame also did. So did Tyrese. Jimmy and Bron are playing together in Boston. That's a fire duo. Kawhi's going to be playing with Dame on the Bucks. But honestly, there is so much going on here that it's way too much to keep up with. So what I'm going to do is simulate to the start of next season, and then I'll show you all the rosters so you can see what your favorite team is looking like. The Philadelphia 76ers have an insane young core. Ja Morant, Ant, and Tyrese Maxey. They've also got Brandon Ingram, but after that, the depth absolutely falls off. They've got no good big men at all, man. In Milwaukee, oh my goodness, they stacked up on talent. SGA, JB, Dame, and Kawhi. Now, just like Philadelphia, the talent definitely falls off after that. A bunch of minimum contracts. Chicago went for a more balanced attack. They've got quite a few role players on the team, but their best player is Fred VanVleet. This Cavs team is going to be a threat. With Steph, Sabonis, and Hero, that's a nice big three. Over in Boston, you've got LeBron and Jimmy, and Porzingis also returned. Now, one thing you might have noticed with some of these teams is there's not a lot of depth on them, but don't worry about that. As the season starts progressing, a lot of these guys you see currently sitting in the free agency pool will find new homes. It'll just take some time. The reason for that is just because in the world of 2K, players are too greedy about money, and basically they'd rather not have a job than not get paid like 20 mil to be on a team. But anyway, the Clippers have De'Aaron Fox, KD, and Chris Middleton. That's another good big three. The Grizzlies, they bring back Desmond Bane. They've also got Tatum. Smart is back. DiVincenzo is here now. And they've got some okay role players. Oh, this Atlanta team is comp. They've got a good starting five. Brogdon at the 1, DeJounte at the 2, Cam Johnson at the 3, Boncaro at the 4, and Embiid at the 5. That's tough. Oh, the Heat are going to be special. Kyrie and Jokic. Jaime Jaquez is also back. But wow, this is going to be a cool duo. I'm sorry, Hornets fans. Y'all can't have anything. Speaking of the Hornets, LaMelo made his way to Utah. This Utah team's got a decent amount of depth. Sacramento's got a weird squad. An old Harden, Mikal Bridges, and Jaren Jackson. Spida's in New York, and somehow the Knicks retained a lot of their players. They brought back Brunson, Randall, and OG. They also bring in Michael Never Swing the Rock Porter, and Markel's here. This is a good team. The Lakers got the Kentucky front court here. Cat and Anthony Davis. They've also got Derek White. Reeves is still here. Oh, they've just got a Kentucky squad going. John Wall is here as well. All right, PS5, I'll charge my batteries in a second. The Magic have Darius Garland, Paul George, Franz Wagner, Dinwiddie, and Jacoby Walter, I guess. The Mavs have Trae Young, Keegan Murray, and Derek Lively. Also, Jaden McDaniels. This is a squad, man, for sure. And it's funny how Trae ends up in Dallas. The Nets bring back Clax. They also bring back Cam Thomas and Day'Ron Sharpe. They make some new additions like Jalen Green and Brandon Miller. Kind of a fun young squad. The Nuggets got cooked, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Oh, Indy's gonna be comp. They got Tyrese and Book. That's gonna be crazy. Now, I'll move Booker over to shooting guard. Maybe Levine's just gonna come off the bench. I don't know how this is gonna work out, but we'll see. Over in New Orleans, they got Anthony Simons, Shaedon Sharpe, so they basically became the Portland Pelicans. They've also got Scoot and Matisse. Yeah, they're really the Portland Pels. The Pistons bring back Cade, Jalen Duren, Asar Thompson, Jaden Ivey. This is weird. Oh, they also brought a men to the team, so they got both the twins. Over in Toronto, Scotty Barnes came back. They also picked up Lauri Markkanen. Giannis is in Houston. Oh, this team is tough. Jamal and Sengun. Wembanyama. They've also got Mr. Spin Move. Oh, the Suns are cooked. Their third best player is Wiseman. They paid Wiseman 20 mil. OKC has Big Z and Chet in the front court. Oh my goodness, the Timberwolves. Luka, Beal, Bam, CP3. This is going to be a tough squad here in Portland. Golden State has Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, the Golden State Cavaliers. And the Wizards have Miles Turner, Lonzo Ball, and of course, Mr. Baddies. And that is it for the roster breakdown. Like I told y'all, some of these free agents will be signing with squads throughout the years. So that could change how some of these squads look, and we could see some surprise teams come out of nowhere. Also, real quick, I'd appreciate if you consider subscribing to the channel. We're trying to hit 100K by the end of the year. Shout out to the Joker. I know he was enjoying the city life in Miami. He won MVP this year. Zach LaVine comes off the bench for the Pacers and wins 6th Man of the Year. Wembanyama. Delano Banton won Most Improved, and Jokic won Clutch Player of the Year. Quinn Snyder, coach of the Hawks, who have Joel Embiid, wins Coach of the Year. Here's the All-NBA first teams, familiar faces, new places. It's weird to see all these guys on new squads. Also, here's your all-defensive teams. Delano Banton, oh my goodness, the shooting. Whoo! But anyway, let's see who are our top teams in the league. The Pistons are back. Detroit basketball. They picked up DeAndre Ayton to come off the bench. He was the top free agent remaining, and the Pistons took advantage. They've got a deep team. Wouldn't it be crazy to see them win a chip? The Hawks. Yeah, this squad had a nice starting 5. They picked up a bit of depth throughout the season, I think, and that helped them make the 2 seed. At 3, you've got the Bucks. Oh my goodness, this squad is incredible. They might be my pick to win the championship. Now, the only thing is they have Doc Rivers coaching, so I'm not too sure. Philadelphia came in 4th with Ja Morant, Ant, B.I. Tyrese Maxey's coming off the bench. That's just elite. And then over in the West, it was Golden State. Really? At 2, you had the Memphis Grizzlies. This makes a little more sense. Maybe the West was just kind of trash. I feel like this Blazers team, though, was probably better than the top 2 teams. And in 4th, it was the Nuggets. I guess. But let's go ahead and get into these playoffs. We're going to start it off by going through round 1 pretty quickly. We'll stop it if we have any game 7s. And the first game 7 that we get is between Utah and Portland. This is LaMelo Ball taking on Luka Doncic on the biggest stage. Let's get into it. Or I guess maybe not the biggest stage. It's the first round. But you get what I'm saying. I'm trying to be dramatic. It's YouTube. The Blazers end up winning this one. Yeah, I mean, Luka, Beal, and Bam. I know LaMelo's good at basketball, but I don't think he's going to stop those guys. And that was the only game 7 we got in round 1. So we'll go ahead and get to round 2. We've got the Warriors taking on the Denver Nuggets here. I don't know. Both these teams are kind of terrible to me. They're having a mid-off. We got the Grizz taking on the Blazers. Luka versus Tatum, 2 of the league's best stars going at it. Detroit is still alive in these playoffs, man, and they're facing a juggernaut. Philly's got a squad, one of the best ones in this video. And then we've got Milwaukee, the team I picked to win the chip, taking on the Charlotte Hornets. Did the Hornets have Cat before, or did they trade for him? Wow, Jonathan Kuminga and Dylan Brooks for Karl Towns. That's fire, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Kuminga's tough, obviously, but that's a big pickup. And we don't get any game 7s in round 2. The Pistons are continuing their run. They beat that crazy Sixers team, and now they're in the conference finals taking on Milwaukee. And over in the West, it's Golden State taking on the Grizzlies. The Warriors make easy work of the Grizz, and the Bucks were up 3-1 on the Pistons, and they end up beating them in 6. So we've got a Warriors-Bucks NBA Finals here, and I can tell y'all who I think's gonna win. Just look at the team comparison, man. There really is no comparison. The Bucks are better at every position besides center. Game 1 of the series goes to the Warriors. Game 2 is going to go to the Bucks. Game 3 also goes to the Bucks. Bucks are up 3-1, and they beat the Warriors in 5. So honestly, year 1 was low-key uneventful. We need to run it back another one. And speaking of running it back, Bron, you got one more in you, man. Get back over here. So let's simulate another year, see if the Bucks can defend their title or if somebody else will win the ring this year. The Joker goes back-to-back on MVPs. Jeremy Sohan, 6th Man of the Year for the Hornets. Wembanyama. Jaden Ivey wins Most Improved. Trae Young, Clutch Player of the Year for the Mavs. And Monty Williams, Coach of the Year. I would love to see the Pistons win a ring. Just to be totally honest with y'all, that would be so fire. But anyway, if y'all want to see how the standings went this year, we did have some new teams making a bit of noise. The Pistons were still really good in the East. The Knicks were number 2, though, in the Eastern Conference. Steven Adams running center for them. That was definitely a weak link, with all due respect. Bro, why didn't they just start Kevon Looney or Isaiah Jackson? Whatever, they just don't know ball. Atlanta is also going to be really tough to beat. They picked up a bit more depth, and of course, they've still got Embiid. And the Pacers with Book, Tyrese, RJ. Oh, come on, man. That's a nice team. And then over in the West, you got the Nuggets playing some great basketball. They picked up Zach LaVine. At 2, it was the Timberwolves. They were led by Rudy Gobert, I guess. At 3, you had the Houston Rockets with all-time bag fumbler Dennis Schroeder, Jamal Murray, Giannis, and Alperen Sengun. And then in 4th was the Blazers. Again, it's Luka, man. So let's get started with these NBA playoffs. Our first Game 7 of the playoffs is between the Warriors and the Blazers. I don't know who's stopping Luka on Golden State. Well, it looks like somebody stopped him. Oh my goodness, Luka only 19 points. And the Warriors absolutely smack the Blazers. CJ has a smooth 30 to drop them off. And we've got one more Game 7, the 8th-seeded Bulls. They're trying to pull off a miracle against Detroit. Oh, you're kidding. Oh my goodness. No way they lost to the 8th seed. Not the Miles Bridges Game 7 Masterclass. All right, now our round 2 matchups are set. We've got the 8th-seeded Pels, who just beat the 1 seed, taking on the Golden State Warriors. And then we've got the Thunder taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Out east, it's Indiana taking on Chicago. And then New York taking on Philly. Philadelphia's got an absolute squad, and New York does too, to their credit. And in round 2, we've got 2 Game 7s. One between Minnesota and OKC that we're going to check out first. Now, they should really call them the Minnesota Timberwolves because, oh my goodness, this team is mid. I'm sorry, that was a terrible joke. But I don't know how the T-Wolves are doing this. They're somehow in a Game 7 against OKC. Now, the Thunder did beat the T-Wolves in Game 7, and I accidentally simulated past the other one. Oh, I'm a doofus. Oh, but it was a blowout anyway. Donovan Mitchell dropped 48 points in Game 7. Now our conference finals are set. We've got OKC taking on New Orleans, and then we've got New York taking on Indiana. And both these series are tied up at 2 apiece headed into Game 5, so let's get in the Simcast. Indiana comes out on top in Game 5. It's Tyrese and Book going crazy. Now let's see who comes out on top in this Pels versus Thunder game. Finally, we got a close game, man. Oh my goodness. Minute 30 to go. 4-point game here. Hey, Zion, you make this, I get you a 4 for 4. He ended up missing it, but second one for Zion is good. So now the Thunder are up by 5 here. Simon's gonna find Scoot for a 3. Scoot misses. It's rebounded by Simons, and he misses. Zion with the shot clock winding down to the basket, and it's good. That's Big Z, man. He's too strong, and that is going to do it. OKC wins in Game 5. So let's head back over to the East and see if the Pacers can finish the job against New York in Game 6, or if we're gonna get a Game 7. And it looks like this one's coming down to the wire as well. We've got a 6-point game here, about a minute to go. Pacers just need to hold on to the lead. Book gets the screen from Kevin Love. Booker has way too much room, but he missed it. Now the ball goes to Randle. Julius Randle, step back mid-range J. He misses, and that is probably going to do it. The Indiana Pacers are moving on to the NBA Finals. Heading back to the Western Conference, we've got a Game 6 between OKC and New Orleans. The Pelicans have a chance to force 7 here, but the Thunder could close them out and go to the Finals. And with all that in mind, we've got a close one here, about a minute 30 to go in the game. Buffkin gives it into Anthony Simons. Simons going to the basket here. Short jumper is good. That's a big bucket. New Orleans trying to keep their season alive, and they're up by 6. Proctor has it. He's going to dump it down to Zion. Zion drawing a lot of attention here. He's double teamed. He's not swinging it though. There it goes. It goes out to Christian Brown, and Brown knocks it down. That's a big shot. Now the Thunder are within 3. Anthony Simons bringing it up. He's defended by Zion. This is a weird matchup. He's going to get the screen from Shaedon Sharpe. Simons pulls the 3 and misses. It's rebounded by OKC. Thunder could tie it up with a 3 here. Proctor bringing up the ball, gets the screen from Big Z. Oh, beautiful bounce pass. And the Thunder are within 1, just chipping away at this Pelicans lead. Simons is bringing it up for the Pels. They need a bucket because the Thunder have a ton of momentum right now. Simons getting clamped by Zion. Again, just a weird matchup. Now the ball goes to Topic. Topic over to Bufkin. Bufkin trying to go to the basket here. Layup is, and he's fouled. First one for Bufkin is good. Second one for Bufkin is also good. So the Pels are up by 3 here. Thunder in need of a 3. Proctor has the ball, lobs it to Zion. Zion just tried to end that man's career. Was that Trey Murphy? But Big Z ended up missing the dunk. And now the Pels are going to the line. Livingston at the line. Who is this guy? Might be some auto-generated dude. He missed the first free throw. Second one. Oh my goodness. I don't know how that went in. 4-point game, so OKC still has a chance. Proctor bringing it up here. He's going to fake a couple times. Now he's pulling. He misses, and that is going to do it. The Thunder are going to Game 7. So it all comes down to this. Game 7, both these teams' seasons on the line. And it looks like the Thunder came to play. The Pelicans didn't. And Zion is moving on to the finals to take on Tyrese Halliburton, Devin Booker, and the Indiana Pacers. The Thunder, of course, also have Chet Holmgren. This is a good matchup, man. You've got a great backcourt versus a great frontcourt. I'm interested to see how this one goes. Game 1 of the series goes to OKC. Oh, the Thunder are playing great early. Oh, wow. OKC just swept the Pacers. I didn't expect that. It was really fun to see a lot of our favorite NBA stars in new places. That's where I'm going to wrap up the video, though. If you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.